There's this fucking store in Nakano Broadway that's like right at the entrance of Nakano Broadway that sell Gengas from like anime, and like they sell like cells from anime,
right?
And like,
I saw that one. Yeah.
What the fuck?
And some of these cells, I mean, like some of these cells are quite cheap because they probably were like mass produced or like were just based on shows that no one really cares about. But some of the more expensive ones are just like, holy shit.
Yeah, I remember there was a cell from the end of Evangelion that I saw from the. It's in the top floor of Nakano Broadway, if I remember correctly, and it's right at the back. But they have some like really classic cells. The most impressive one I saw was one from like the end of Evangelion, and it was the Asuka fight as well.
Oh shit!
And it was an expensive boy.
Yeah, I bet.
How much was it?
It was like, I think it was over like $10,000.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
For a piece of paper.
I mean, at that point, it's basically like a museum art piece.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah.
How can you put a price?
How do they get that?
That's what I wonder.
Like, how does that like get in the hands of someone?
Is it like maybe they like sell those off in like auctions?
Maybe someone like some staff member takes it and then they sell it on.
It's like it's only one cell. They won't know.
Like, hey man, this crunch was brutal, man. I'm gonna take a little something home, like make a little cash on the side.
Like there's a snitch in this studio taking out our cells.
Yeah, but I think they're only just going to get more expensive because now animation studios don't use cell animation anymore. So at this point, it's just become like a memorabilia, of history because you can't. I mean, you can get like Gengas and everything like that, but you know, having a good old fashioned cell is just that's just a
because
flex.
you can't like unlike a Genga, you can't like photocopy a cell. Right, because it's based off like a plastic sheet.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So it's much easier to tell when a cell is completely fake. Because I've seen some fucking completely fake cells, and it's just like on these like flimsy pieces of paper, and people paying stupid amounts of money for it because they don't know any better. Right? I'm just like, no, don't. What are you doing? It's just a fucking drawing.
Do you guys miss the old like cell animation aesthetic compared to like much cleaner digital aesthetic of today?
It's bittersweet for me. I think like obviously like the digital stuff now is like so much better choreographed. The later ends, like you can tell that like these camera movements were done through a computer. But I don't know. There's something really charming about like. It's a manual like camera shake type of thing.
Ed Netty, great animation.
All cells.
Dude, man, I love that. Love the bubbly lines. You know, I mean, it's just great.
It's comfy. It's comfy.
I mean, like Redline was all hand drawn, right? And that's fucking. Oh my god.
And that took like what 10 years? No, 7 years.
7 years.
It
took a little while.
It took a little while.
But yet no one fucking watched it.
Yeah, I mean, I will say that I think on average, animation is better quality now because digital animation has made it easier to get a higher level quality of animation for like most anime. But yeah, I think you're right. There is like a definite charm about watching good old fashioned style animation.
I definitely wouldn't want all my anime to be based off cells, but
no.
So there are some like, especially like when you go back to like the whole like 80s just like general anime aesthetic.
Yeah,
that like this is an 80s anime girl aesthetic. Like that on cell animation is just
it's like a bowl of like Rice Krispies. You're like, I never eat a fucking bowl of Rice Krispies, but when I do, I'm like, all right, okay.
It's not bad.
Oh, okay.
Not bad.
But then the next day you're like, I don't even think about Rice Krispies. That's how I see it. You know what I mean? Like
I don't, but I'll just.
I don't give a fuck about cereal.
I'll just nod and agree. I know literally zero things about cereal. I don't eat cereal.
No, me neither. That's why it's like it just kind of reminds you of being a kid again. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't fully agree with the Rice Krispies analogy, but I'll just assume that like you're fucking.
That's what it's like. Old animation reminds me of like a bowl of cereal, right? Like I don't eat cereal because frankly I don't care for it. There, I said it. Okay, controversial.
No, it's not controversial.